This conference will now be recorded.
Today our concept is profile user. Okay, profile users. Okay, this is not complete information about the profile. Going forward, we will discuss again about the profiles. Okay, this is basic information about profiles and users. Okay, about profile and user. First of all, what is a profile? What is a profile? Profile definition is profile is a collection of settings and permissions that decide what a user can do in the system. Okay, in the system. Profile, what is the definition of the profile? Is nothing but it is a collection of settings and permissions that decide profile will decide what user can do in the system, in the system. We should remember this definition. In interview also they will ask what is a profile means. We have to give this definition. It is a collection of settings and permissions that decide what a user can do in the system. Okay, what a user can do in the system. What exactly this meaning we will understand by the end of the session. There are two types of profiles. Okay, there are two types of profiles. One is standard profile, standard profiles, and another one is custom profile. Okay, one is standard profile and another one is custom profiles. Custom profiles. Standard profiles is nothing but by default, Salesforce provides some profiles. Those profiles are called standard profiles. Based on our requirement, based on our requirement, based on our requirement, we will create, we will create our own profile, our own profiles. Then those are custom profiles. Then the next one is, what is the navigation for the profiles? What is the navigation for the profiles is nothing but login into the Salesforce. Now I am trying to logging into my Tyler version. What is the URL? login.salesforce.com. We should remember the URLs. You should enter your username and password. Click on this login. Then it will redirecting into the lightning version. Now we want to navigate to the profiles. Where we will navigate to the profile? Shall we go with the object manager? No. Profiles are not related to any particular object. So we will search in the quick find. What I am trying to say is we want to navigate to the profiles. How to navigate to the profiles is nothing but we have to go to the setup, and in the quick find we have to search. Generally for a object we will go with the object manager, right? But here we are looking for the profiles. Then where we will go is nothing but go to the quick find. You have to type it as a profile. Then go to here, click on the profiles. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here you have to observe, for some profiles there is a delete option. See, for this profile there is a delete option, but for this profile there is no delete option. Okay, scroll down here, scroll down, and see, for this profile also there is a delete option. For some profile there is a delete option, for some profile there is not delete option. So if there is a delete option, then that meaning that is a custom profile. If there is no delete option, see here there is no delete option, mean this is a standard profile. So how to differentiate with this is a standard profile or custom profile is nothing but if there is a delete option, then this is nothing but custom profile. And one more thing, in the same row here you have to observe, for custom checkbox is there, right? This is also automatically checked. Just by looking into this one, we have to identify whether it is a standard profile or custom profile. How we will identify is nothing, but if there is a delete option, then that is nothing but custom profile. If there is no delete option, then that is nothing but a standard profile. Scroll down here. Some of the standard profile which we have to remember is nothing but system administrator. See, system administrator is a standard profile which is provided by the Salesforce. Okay, some of the standard profiles are system administrator is one of the standard profile, standard user is one of the standard profile. Okay, we should remember these two. We should remember these two. Okay, so now custom profiles. We want to create our own profile. We want to create our own profile. How to create our own profile is nothing but here you have to observe, we have new profile button is there. We have new profile button is there. Click on this new profile button. Click on this new profile button. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. It will redirecting into this particular screen. We are trying to creating one new profile. We are trying to creating one new profile. While creating a new profile, the system it is asking what is your existing profile. Based on existing profile you have to create. Based on existing profile we have to create. Once again, now we want to create a new profile. Now we want to create a new profile. How to create a new profile is nothing but here we have new profile, one button is there. Click on this new profile. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. It will redirecting into this particular screen. What is your profile name? My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. Sales representative profile. While creating a new profile, we should provide the profile name. In addition to that, in addition to that, we should use existing profile. We should use existing profile. Suppose you are working in one project and your client will ask you go and create one new profile, then you should you should provide profile name plus existing profile information. Based on this existing profile only, we have to create a new profile. What I'm trying to say is you are working in one project and your client asked you go and create one new profile. You will go to the new profile button and click on the new profile button. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here you have to observe, you will provide the profile name. So this is my new profile. While creating a new profile, we have to clone from existing profile. So in project, you are creating a profile means your client will provide the profile information. Existing profile information he will provide. Suppose he will not provide, we will always use standard user. Based on standard user profile, we will create new profile. We will create new profile. Then click on the save button. Click on the save button. So we created one new profile. My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. So once again, the navigation is go to setup. In the quick find, you have to type it as a profile and go to users profiles. Click on the profile. Just now we created one profile. Our profile is nothing but sales representative profile. Scroll down here. Where is our profile? See, sales representative profile, right? Here you have to observe there is a delete option is there, right? Mean this is a custom profile. This is a custom profile. Okay. So click on this one. Click on the sales representative profile. Click on the sales representative profile. See, this is how this user interface. See, so just observe this one. Just observe this one. I will make some changes to this one. I will make some changes. Then this look and feel completely it will change. Just observe this one. Where I will make changes is nothing but go to quick find. Go to quick find. Go to quick find and here you have to type it as a user management settings. See, go to here user management settings. Click on user management settings. Click on user management settings and scroll down here. Scroll down. And here you have to observe enhanced profile user interface. We have one option, enhanced profile user interface. And this is by default in disable. By default in disable. Now I am enabling this one. I am enabling this one. Enable this one. Enable this one. Now go to setup. Click on the profiles. Click on the profiles. Click on the profiles. Okay, now go to our sales representative profile. Go to sales representative profile. Click on the sales representative profile. Click on the sales rep. See, the look and feel is completely changed, right? So previously the look and feel is like this, right? For the profile, the sales representative profile, when we click on the sales representative profile, it will redirecting into this particular screen, but now it is redirecting into this particular screen. So what is the change? Where we did the changes? Go to quick find, and you have user management settings. User management settings here, user management settings is there. Click on the user management settings, click on user management settings, then click on user management setting. Now go to here, enhanced profile user interface, enable this one. Then automatically it will, the whenever we will click on the profile, the look and feel is like this. Okay, the look and feel is like this. So why, which one we will use is nothing but, presently in the project, some persons they are enabled this one, they are enabled this one, some person they are not enabled this one. So both are same only, both are same. Okay, what I am trying to say is, when you will click on the profile, then automatically it will redirecting into this particular screen. But in some organizations, when you will click on the profile, then automatically it will redirecting into this particular screen. So where is the difference is nothing but, go to the quick find, go to the quick find, and you have to type it as a user management settings, user management settings. Then go to user management setting and enhanced profile setting, you have to enable this one. When you enable that one, then automatically here it will come. When you enable this one, then automatically here it will come, automatically here it will come, it will redirecting into this particular screen. Presently everyone is using this option only, presently everyone is using this option only. We will also discuss this option and that option, both options we will discuss, both options we will discuss. Now coming into our concept, so our topic is profile. What is the definition of a profile is nothing but, it is a collection of settings and permissions that decide what a user can do in the system. This is the definition of a profile, this is the definition of a profile. We should remember this one. By the end of this session we will understand what exactly this definition. Then there are two types of profiles. One is standard profile, another one is custom profile. Standard profile is nothing but, by default Salesforce system provides some profiles, those are nothing but standard profiles. Where we will find these profiles is nothing but, we should go to the quick find, not object manager, not object manager. We should remember the navigations. Object manager, it is related to the object. Profile is nothing but, go to the quick find and you have to type it as a profile. Go to go to quick find and you have to type it as a profile, then click on the profiles, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. By default some profiles are there, those profiles are called standard profile. How we will identify whether it is a standard profile or custom profile is nothing but, see here, there is a delete option, there is a delete option, then that is nothing but a custom profile. If there is no delete option, then that is nothing but a standard profile, then that is nothing but a standard profile. Some of the standard profile we have to remember is nothing but, system administrator is a standard profile and standard user is a standard profile. Now I am trying to creating a new profile. Based on our requirement, we will just go and create a profile. That is nothing but a custom profile. How to create a profile is nothing but, click on this new profile. While creating a profile, we should provide the profile name. In addition to that, we should select the existing profile. It's a mandatory. It is with the red mark. Which one we have to select? Lot of things are there. Which one we have to select? Suppose you are working in one project and your client asked to go and create a profile, then you should provide existing profile. Suppose he doesn't provide any existing profile, then we will always select a standard user only, standard user only. Like that, we also created one profile. Our profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. Now go to sales representative profile, click on the sales representative profile. Then the look and feel is like this. How this look and feel came is nothing but, go to setup and you have to type it as a user management settings here, user management settings, we should remember this one, we should remember user management settings. Now go to here, enhanced profile user interface is there, right? This is enabled. Suppose we will not enable, then the look and feel it will change, then the look and feel it will change. Okay, now coming into here, We will discuss more information about the profile, what is this object setting, the assigned apps, and remaining things going forward. Okay, going forward. Now the second one is, the next one is how to create a user. Okay, how to create a user. How to create a user. Okay, how to create a user. Okay. Just remember, we created one profile. Our profile is nothing but sales representative profile. Okay, sales representative profile. This is just name. This is just name. Okay, and sales representative profile means he will act like sales representative. It is not like that. It is just name only. It is just name. We will discuss. Okay. Now coming into users. How to create a user? How to create a user? Again, go to setup only. Okay. Again, go to setup. Go to setup. In the quick find, you have to type it as a user. You have to type it as a user. Okay, and you will get under users, you will get users. Okay, click on this one. Okay, go to the quick find, and you have to type it as a user. Then you will get this one. Go to users. Under users, we have users. Click on the users. Click on the users. It will show all the users. How many users are there? How many users are there? It will show all the users. How many users are there in our organization? It will show all the users. All the users here it will show. Now we are trying to creating a new user. How to create a new user is nothing but go to here, click on this new user button, click on this new user button, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. It will redirecting into this particular screen. I am trying to creating a new user. My username is nothing but Akira and Mohit, and alias automatically it will come. Email, 1 second, I will provide a email. For this email, it will automatically send an email notification saying that you have to change the password. Okay, you have to change the password. I'm trying to using this email. Okay, this is the email, and the username is there, right? Username, it should unique. Username should unique. Suppose I am trying to creating one Gmail account. So while creating a Gmail account, I will give like akira01 at gmail.com and click on the save button. It will show already one user is there with this username. Like that, whenever we are trying to creating a user, here username should be unique. This is not only in our organization, not only, it's a global. It's a global. Okay, it's a global. We have to remember this one. Username should unique. Suppose any user is there with this particular name, then it will not accept. It will not accept. That's why I'm just giving some unique name. Username is this, some unique name we are providing here. Now nickname it will automatically come. Otherwise, we will just go on to change it as our wish. Okay, as our wish. Now forget about all these details. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. Now coming into the right hand side, role we will discuss. This is a separate concept we will discuss. It is a mandatory, but here we are providing none. User license, this is a drop down list. Here you have to observe this user. You are trying to creating one user. This username is this one, this user email is this one, this username is this one. Then this user, what he will do in the system, what he will do, he will work with the objects. He will work with the object. Then you will just go and select the Salesforce license. Then you will just go and select the license as a Salesforce license. When we will select the license as a Salesforce, forget about the remaining license. It's not required. It's not required. Whenever we are trying to creating a user, they will clearly mention you have to create a user with this particular license. Suppose I will select this license, then what happened in the system? Forget about that one. Okay, here we are trying to selecting the, you are trying to selecting the license as a Salesforce. Then when we select the license as a Salesforce, here you have to observe under profile is there, right? Profile, it is a drop down list, right? Drop down list. See, just now we created one profile, right? What is our profile? Sales representative profile is there. Solution manager, standard user, system administrator profile is there, right? So we are assigning this user to this particular profile. We are assigning this user to this particular profile. So here our observation is, while creating a user, profile is mandatory for that particular user. Without profile, we will not create a user. Without profile, we will not create a user. So what we are doing? We created one profile, right? We created one profile. My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile, right? Go to here. My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. Okay, under this profile we are trying to creating one user. That username is nothing but Akira Mohit. This username is nothing but Akira Mohit. So here we have to observe, while creating a user, profile is mandatory. Whether it is a sales representative profile or some other profile, that is different case. But while creating a user, profile is mandatory. Without profile, user is not there in the system. User is not there in the system. Now scroll down here. Whatever the details you want, you will just go on to provide. Now scroll down here. See, here you have to observe for which time zone we are trying to creating this particular user. Which time zone. For example, you want to convert into the IST, you will just go and use it. Okay. And locally languages and currencies. In our organization, we enable only US dollars. If you want, you will just go and enable different currencies. Okay. We are trying to creating a user. While creating a username is unique. Username is unique. Unique in the sense means not only in our Salesforce, it's a global. Then while creating a user, we should assign the profile. We should assign the profile. Which profile we will assign is nothing but based on our requirement. Now I will just go and click on the save button. When click on the save button for this email, the system automatically send an email notification. Click on the save button. Click on the save button. Then the system automatically send an email notification to this particular email. To this particular email, the system automatically sends. See here, welcome to Salesforce, verify your account. Click on this one. So now this user is there. At this user, he will reset the password. He will reset the password. Then click on this one. Click on this one. You- Try to save this one. So this is another user. See here, this is another user. This user is nothing but here you have to observe, this user is nothing but Akira Mohit, right? This user is nothing but Akira Mohit. Okay, and who created this user? Ramesh created this user. Ramesh created this user. Okay, Ramesh created this user. This user is nothing but Akira Mohit. 1 second, I'm trying to refreshing this one. Okay, I'm trying to log out. 1 second, again I will re-log in. I'm using two browsers. Just observe this one. I'm using two browsers. One browser is this one. Okay. And here the username is 1 second. Okay. This is 1 second. I will explain 1 second. This is one user. Okay. I'm trying to log in. And now in another browser, I will log in as a Akira. I will log in as a Akira. Just now we created one user, right? Just now we created one user. That user is nothing but Akira. Who created? Ramesh created. Now what I am doing? I am trying to log in. I am trying to log in as a Akira in another browser. In another browser. 1 second. What is the username here? Yeah, Akira Mohit. This is the username, right? This is the username. I am trying to log in another. Go to here, another browser. I am trying to log in. So in our trailer version, we have two users are there. One is administrator, one is Ramesh, and another one is Akira. Another one is Akira. Now Akira is trying to log in into the sandbox. I mean into the trailer version. Then he is getting some verification code. then he is getting some verification code. Verification code will send to this particular email address. To this particular email address. Go to here. I will explain each and everything. 1 second. Okay. So up to now, what we did? Up to now, what we did? We created one user, right? My username is nothing but Mohit Akira, right? How we created? Go to new user, click on the new user and provide all the mandatory details. While providing the mandatory details, username should be unique, and the next one is nothing but user license is nothing but Salesforce. Whenever we select the user license as a Salesforce, then under the profile automatically our profile set will come. Ours is a Tyler version, right? See, now I am trying to creating one more user with the Salesforce license, but it is not accepting, it is not providing, because of this is a Tyler version. This is a Tyler version. In Tyler version, we will create only one user with the Salesforce license. One user with the Salesforce license. So we created one user. That username is nothing but Akira Mohit. His profile is nothing but sales representative profile. So we log in different browser. This is Akira Mohit. See, this username is Akira Mohit. How we will identify is nothing but go to here and here you have to observe Akira Mohit. This username is nothing but Akira Mohit. Now in another browser, I log in and here what is the username? Here what is the username? This username, go to here and here you have to observe the username is nothing but Ramesh Babu, right? The username is nothing but Ramesh Babu. So in our trailer version, we have one user. That username is nothing but Ramesh. That user login into the system and created one more user. That username is nothing but Akira. While creating a user, he assigned this user to the sales representative profile. To the sales representative profile. Up to now, any questions or any confusion? Any questions or any confusion? Okay. So up to now, we created one user. We created one user is nothing but who created the user? Ramesh created the user, right? Ramesh created. So Ramesh is one user, right? So user should have a profile, right? So what is the profile for the Ramesh? Ramesh's profile is nothing but system administrator. System administrator. So every user should have a profile, right? Like that Ramesh is also having one profile. That profile name is nothing but system administrator. This is a standard profile. This is a standard profile. So every user in the system has a profile. Every user. Here Ramesh is having a profile. That profile name is nothing but system administrator profile. So Ramesh created one user. That username is nothing but Akira Mohit. While creating a user, while creating a user, this user is assigned to the sales representative profile. Sales representative profile. After that, what we did, I logged in as a Ramesh in one browser, and I logged in as a Akira in different browser. See, in Google Chrome, I logged in as a Ramesh. I logged in as a Ramesh. In other browser, I logged in as a Akira Mohit. I logged in as a Akira Mohit. Now, here coming into the Ramesh. 1 second, I will close this thing. Okay. Coming into the Ramesh. Now go to users. Now go to users. Click on users. Click on users. Just now we created one user, right? See, just now we created our user is nothing but Mohit Akira, right? See, this is the user, right? This profile is nothing but sales representative profile, right? This user is in active mode, right? This is user is in active mode, right? And here I have a question. Here I have a question. This user is a sales representative. This user is a sales representative. Suppose this user is having some problem. Who will resolve? Who will resolve? Coming into the general topic. Coming into the general topic. I am HDFC Bank customer. I am HDFC Bank customer. Suppose I have some issue with the bank. Who will resolve? The bank people will resolve, right? The bank people will resolve, right? So how they will resolve? I will give my username and password or not? No, right? I will not give my username and password. I will call the bank people and I will provide some information. Then automatically they will resolve my information. Okay. Coming into the general topic, I am HDFC Bank customer. I'm HDFC Bank customer. Okay. Suppose I have an issue with the bank, then who will resolve any issue? Forget about that. I have some issue with the bank. Who will resolve? The bank people will resolve. While resolving that issue, I will provide my username and password? No, right? No one will provide username and password. So I will provide some information. Based on that, the bank people will resolve the issues. Here customer is nothing but Ramesh. Ramesh profile, shall I make it as a customer profile? And the bank people, they will resolve, right? Their profile, I will call it as a system administrator profile, right? It also the same thing, right? Akira Mohit is a sales representative. Ramesh is a system administrator. Suppose Akira Mohit is having some issues. What kind of issues he will get? Suppose he is not able to create a record. While creating a record, some issues are coming. So he is not able to see the tab. He is not able to see the tab. Any issues related to Akira Mohit, who will resolve? Administrator will resolve. Administrator will resolve. I am saying administrator. Under administrator, any number of users are there. Any number of users are there. Okay. Suppose Akira Mohit have some issues, then who will resolve? Administrator will resolve. Here under administrator profile, who is the user? Ramesh is the user. So Ramesh will resolve. Suppose under administrator, n number of users are there. N number of users are there. Who will resolve? Any one person. Any one person will resolve. Any one person will resolve. So while resolving the issues, this Akira Mohit will provide username and password. Username and password, no, right? Then how they will resolve? Means Akira Mohit should provide grant account login access to the system administrator. So here what I am trying to say is, suppose Akira Mohit will get any issues while creating a record or any tab is not visible, then who will resolve? He will communicate with the system administrator profile users. He will communicate with the system administrator profile users. How we will communicate, that is different case. That is different case. He will communicate with the system administrator profile. Boss, I have some issues. Then any one of the user who is having system administrator profile, that user will resolve that issue. That user will resolve that issue. I am the customer in the bank. I will call the bank people. Any one of the bank person will resolve the issues, right? Any one of the bank person. So here the same thing. Akira Mohit will get an issue, then who will resolve? The users who is having system administrator profile, those user, any of the user will resolve the issues. While resolving the issue, this user will provide any username and password? Means no, no one will provide username and password. Then how these people will resolve is nothing but this user should have provide grant account login access to the system administrator. This user should provide grant account login access. Grant account login access. Now I am just going into Akira Mohit. See, I'm going into Akira Mohit. So Akira Mohit, what he will do is Akira Mohit should provide grant account login access. Now go to here, setup, setup. Otherwise, one second. Go to here, second. Yeah, go to here settings. See here, go to here settings are there. Click on the settings. Click on the settings. Here you have to observe grant account login access is there, right? Grant account login access. Okay, grant account login access. So once again, go to here. Settings are there, right? Settings. Why we are going to these settings? Why this Akira Mohit is going to this particular settings? Is nothing but he is providing grant account login access to the system administrator users. Why? What is the why he should provide? Suppose he is having any issues in the future, then who will resolve is nothing but system administrator users will resolve. That's why his responsibility is, once user has been created, then his responsibility is you should provide grant account login access to the system administrator. How we will provide is nothing but go to the top right corner, click on this symbol. Here we have settings are there, right? Click on the settings. When you click on the settings, then it will redirecting into this particular screens here. My personal information is there, right? See, now go to your grant account login access is there, right? Grant account login access. Okay, suppose you want to change the password here, change my password, and here you have to observe reset my security token is there. This one also you have to remember. This one also you have to remember. Sometimes they will ask go and reset your security token. Means go to the top right corner and click on the settings. Under my personal information, you will get this option. Now coming into here, grant account login access. Click on the grant account login access. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Then here two options are there. Your company's administrator, go to here. We are trying to providing 1 year grant account login access to the system administrator user. Then what about this? What about this one? Salesforce.com support. Salesforce.com support. This option is nothing but suppose this user is having some issue and he raise a request with the Salesforce, system administrator. System administrator will not resolve that issue. Then who will resolve that issue? We have to communicate with the salesforce.com company. We have to communicate with the salesforce.com company. How we will communicate means I will explain. So what I'm trying to say is suppose this user is having some issue, then who will contact this user? Who will contact this user? With whom he will contact? He will contact with the system administrator. Suppose system administrator will not resolve the issue, then with whom this user will contact? This user will contact with the salesforce.com people. When he will contact with the salesforce.com people, they will also not ask you, they will not, we will not provide our username and password to them. We will just provide grant account login access to them. We will provide grant account login access to them. Suppose I will raise a ticket with the salesforce.com, then what they will ask you, boss, you have to provide grant account login access. So other than that, we will not share our username and password. This is that option. Salesforce.com support is nothing but we will provide grant account login access to the salesforce.com people like 1 week or 3 days or 1 day. This option is whenever we will raise a query with the salesforce.com company, whenever we will raise a case with the salesforce.com. This is the option. Here we are trying to providing grant access to the system administrator profile 1 year and click on the save button. Click on the save button. So Akira Mohit user has been created by the Ramesh. Ramesh is a system administrator. Akira Mohit profile is a sales representative profile. Suppose Akira Mohit is having some issues, then who will resolve? The system administrator profile users will resolve. System administrator profile users will resolve. So how they will resolve? Akira Mohit will raise a will provide username and password. No, he will not provide any username and password. Then how means you should provide grant account login access. From where you will provide grant account login access is nothing but go to here and the settings are there. When click on the settings under my personal information, reset my security token, some other options are there. Go to grant account login access, click on the grant account login access, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here we have two options are there. Here we have two options are there. One is company administrator and the salesforce.com support. Okay, salesforce.com support means we are providing grant account login access to the salesforce.com company. Why means suppose any issues are there, system administrator will not resolve, then we will raise a case with the salesforce.com. Those people wants to log in into our instance, right, into our sandbox, right? So how they will log in means we should provide grant account login access. Try to save this one. So Akira Mohit provided grant account login access to the system administrator. Now I'm going into the another browser. I'm going into another browser. Here you have to observe. Here you have to observe. Okay, this is user screens, right? This is user screen. Go to here. This is go to here. Go to here. Mohit Akira is there, right? Here there is login option is there, right? Before providing grant account login access, here you have to observe. Before providing grant account login access, see there is no login option. There is no login option. This is nothing but Ramesh. This is nothing but Ramesh. So Ramesh login into the system. Ramesh profile is a system administrator. Then he will go to the users. When click on the user, then it will open all the users, all the users. But beside Mohit Akira, there is a login option. There is a login option. How this login option is enabled is nothing but this Mohit Akira provided grant account login access to the system administrator. Suppose Mohit Akira raised any issues, then what Ramesh will do, what system administrator will do? He will go to the users and he will search for Mohit Akira. Yes, Mohit Akira is there. Beside login option is there, right? Click on this particular login option. See, now I logged in as a Mohit Akira. Now I logged in as a Mohit Akira. Here you have to observe logged in as a Akira Mohit. Okay, logged in as a Akira Mohit, and I will verify what is this issue and I will fix that one and I will log out from Akira Mohit. And again I will back as a Ramesh. Okay. Any questions or any confusion? Up to now what we did, I will explain once again. Up to now what we did, first we created one profile. Okay, first we created one profile. My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. Okay, sales representative profile we created. Okay, then the next one is what we did, we created one user. We created one user. My username is nothing but Mohit Akira. Mohit Akira. Okay, who did all these things? Who created profile? Who created user? Ramesh, right? Ramesh is also one user. Okay, Ramesh logged into Salesforce and he created one profile, and after that he created one user. While creating a user, what he did, he assigned this user, to this particular profile, who did all these things? Ramesh did all these things. So Ramesh is also having one profile. So finally, every user should have a profile. Without profile, there is no user. Without profile, there is no user. Okay. Ramesh is also having a profile. So Ramesh profile is nothing but system administrator profile. Okay. System administrator profile. Here sales representative profile is nothing but Akira Mohit profile is nothing but sales representative profile. Okay. Now Akira is having some issue. The sales representative user is having some issue. Akira Mohit is having some issue. Then who will resolve? The user who is having system administrator profile, they should resolve the issue. So while resolving the issue, this user should provide login credentials. No. Then how they will resolve is nothing but this user responsibility is nothing but this user responsibility is nothing but he should activate grant account login access to the system administrator. He should activate grant account. He should provide grant account login access to the system administrator profile. When you provide grant account login access to the system administrator profile, when Ramesh login into the system and he will go to the users beside Akira Moitsi here, go to quick find, type it as a users, click on the users, click on the users. See, now go to here, Akira Mohit, this is the user, right? Beside that there is one option that is nothing but login. How this login option came into picture is nothing but this Mohit Akira provided grant account login access to the system administrator. So that's why for Ramesh is having login option for this Mohit Akira. Ramesh profile is nothing but system administrator profile. See here, Ramesh, this profile is nothing but system administrator profile. Any questions up to now? Why we are creating profile? Why we are linking the user to the profile? I will explain. First, we have to understand how to create a profile. The second step is how to create a user. While creating a user, we have to link to that particular profile. Then the third step is how this user should provide grant account login access and what is the concept of grant account login access, that we have to understand. Why we have to create profile, why we have to create, while creating a user, why we have to link the profile, that we'll discuss. Okay. Any questions up to now? Any questions?
Yeah, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
The grant access that we are giving, right? Is there a way that while we are creating the user itself, uh, they can just give that access? The by default, the user can get that permission, so that the sysadmin can always have the access to see their if they need any such sort of support, they can just use it.
No, no, no. There is no default option. In the real time, what we will do is, suppose anyone will ask create a user means, we will create the user. Once user has been created, then we have to guide them. Then we have to guide them. We have to guide that particular user. We have to enable grant account login access.
Okay, so that has the 1 year is the max up, right? Like after that, if there is anything, then they would be just kind of giving every now and then going and changing the settings.
Yes, yes. Maybe in the real time, I mean, in the sandbox, I did not observe maybe more than that. Okay, this is a Tyler version, right? Tyler version, the validity is 1 year, right? In the
Got it.
sandbox or in the production, maybe that is more, but I did not observe. We will see that. Okay, we will see
Sure.
that. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Up to now, no confusion. Just we created profile. You have to understand how to create profile, and there are two profiles: standard profile and custom profile. Okay, there is no confusion. The second one is we created one user. While creating a user, we assign this user to that particular profile, so no confusion. Then the third one is this user should provide grant account login access to the system administrator. Okay, so now coming into account object, not only account object, any object. Okay, here we are working with the account object. Here we are working with the account object. Here Ramesh is working with the account object. Ramesh is trying to creating one field in account object. Go to account object, go to fields and relationship sections, click on this new button, click on this new button. Now I will just go and create one field. My field is nothing but data type is nothing but a text. Click on the next button. Any data type, it doesn't matter, any object, it doesn't matter. I am trying to creating one field in account object. While creating a field, we selected the data type as a text. Okay, my field name is nothing but text info. Okay, this is my field name. Maximum length is 25. This screen we are familiar, right? Field label length, field name, we are familiar, right? Then click on the next button. Click on the next button. See, why when click on the next button, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here you have to observe field level security for profile. FLS. We will call it as a FLS. Field level security for profile. Under field level security for profile, here you have to observe it is showing all the profiles, right? Scroll down here. All the profiles here it is showing, right? Just now we created one profile, right? Sales representative profile, and the system also provide by default one profile, that is nothing but system administrator, right? So we are trying to creating a field. While creating a field, we are seeing this option. This screen is nothing but field level security for profile. Under this one, it will show all the profiles. How many profiles are there in our system? It will show all the profiles. Just now we created one profile, right? My profile name is nothing but sales representative profile, right? And after that, we created one more profile, that is nothing, sorry, we did not create it. By default, system administrator profile are there. Now coming into here, visible one checkbox is there, read only another checkbox is there. Visible one checkbox is there, another checkbox is nothing but read only. Suppose I will just go and make this field as a visible to all profiles. All profiles, then what does that mean? What does that mean? I'm just making this field visible to all profile. All profile means sales representative profile, right? Under sales representative profile, who is the user? Who is the user? Akira Mohit is a user. Under system administrator, who is the user? Ramesh is the user. So we are trying to creating one field. While creating a field, we are making visible permission to all profiles. To all profiles. So here I am making visible permission to the sales representative profile. Under sales representative profile, who is the user? Akira Mohit is the user, right? While creating Akira Mohit user, we assign this user to the sales representative profile, right? So Ramesh is also having one profile. So Ramesh profile is nothing but system administrator, right? So here, while creating a field, we are making visible permission to all profiles. Profile is nothing but what? Profile is nothing but this is a collection of users, right? We can create n number of users, right? So all for this all users, we are making visible that particular field. That is the concept. That is the concept. So I'm just making visible to the sales representative profile means what? Under sales representative profile, how many users are there? All those users have edit rights on that particular field, have visible access on that particular field. Suppose profile is not there, then what does that mean? Suppose profile concept is not there, profile is not there. Suppose we will create only user, there is no profile concept, then what is the problem? Suppose 600 users are there in my project. 600 users. I am working in one project. In that project, 600 users are there. Suppose I am trying to creating one field, I have to verify, right? This user I have to provide permission. This user I don't want to provide permission. So it is very complex, right? It is very complex, right? So while creating a user based on his responsibilities, we will assign that user to that particular profile, right? We will assign that user to that particular profile, right? So while creating a field, I will make visible that field to that particular profile or not visible, so why profile concept came into picture in the sense means, suppose profile is not there in some organization, 2000 users are there. 2000 users are there. Suppose I am trying to creating a field, the system it will show all 2000 users, right? So how you will provide the permission? This user I want to provide permission, this user I want to remove the permission. Then it is very complex, right? Okay, it is very complex, right? So then how they came is nothing but they came with the profile concept. Whenever you are trying to creating a user, whenever you are trying to creating a user, based on this responsibility, you have to assign this user to that particular profile. Now you are trying to creating a field. While creating a field, you have to make permission to that particular profile or not permissions. Then what it will happen? Okay, the users under that particular profile have edit access. The users under that particular profile have no edit access. And what I am doing is I am trying to creating one profile, right? I am trying to creating one field, right? My field is nothing but text info, right? Now I am just removing the permission to the sales representative profiles here. I'm just removing the permission to the sales representative profile, but we are providing permission to the system administrator. And click on the next button. Click on the next button. And this is the page layout. This concept we discussed, right? Already we discussed, right? We are trying to creating field. This field shall we add to all this particular page layout or not? As our based on our as our requirement, we will just go and add it or remove it. Finally try to save this one. Finally try to save this one. So we created one field. While creating a field, we provided visible or edit access, visible or edit access to all profiles, and excluded sales representative profile. Now go to here, text. See here, text text info, right? This is the field, right? Just now we created. This is the field, right? Now go to account to tab. Go to here, account to tab. While creating a field, we provided permission to the system administrator. Now go to here, click on this new button, select any one record type, select any one record type. Now go to your text info, right? See here, text info field is available, right? Plus this is editable, right? This is editable, right? See here, I will just go and provide any information. Visible is nothing but editable. Visible is nothing but editable. This is read only field. This is read only field. Suppose we will provide two checkboxes. While creating a field, we have two checkboxes. One is visible and another one is read. Suppose we will check both checkboxes for the profile, then the users who is having that profile have read access. This is nothing but read access. They will just read this one. This is nothing but edit access. Edit access means they will just go and change the data. They will just go and change the data. Here we created one field. We created one field. While creating a field, we provided edit access to the system administrator profile, and we did not provide any access to the sales representative profile. Now go to the sales representative profile. This is go to the sales representative. In the sense means, go to Akira Mohit. Akira Mohit is trying to creating one account record. Go to your accounts. Go to your accounts and click on this new button. Click on this new button. Click on this next button. Click on this next. Now scroll down here. Scroll down. Where is text information here? Text. There is no that particular fields here. There is no field. Text info. That field is not available. That field is not visible. Why it is not visible? So Akira Mohit profile is what? Sales representative profile. While creating a field, what we did? We excluded permission for the sales representative profile. We excluded permission to the sales representative profile. Now again go to that particular field. Again I am going. Administrator only will do all these activities. Before going into this one, here you have to understand one thing. This is Akira Mohit, right? This is Akira Mohit. His profile is nothing but sales representative, right? So what he will do in the system? What he will do in the system? He will just go and create records only. He will not create any fields, record types, page layout. For example, go to here, go to here, go to this particular, go to this is accounts, right? Go to here, go to setup, Akira Mohit. I'm just checking with the Akira Mohit. Go to object manager, go to object manager, go to here, create custom object. See, insufficient privilege access, here it is coming, right? Why here it is coming? His profile is what? Sales representative profile. For example, go to account, go to account, go to fields and relationship section. See, click on this new button. See, insufficient privilege access, here it is coming, right? Why here it is coming? We don't have rights to create new field, I mean new field or new object or new page layout, new record type. You don't have any access. He will work only with the record. He will work only with the record. So finally, who will create fields, who will create objects, who will create page layout? The users who is having system administrator profile. They can do anything in the system. Other than the system administrator profile users, they will just work with the records only. They will just work with the records only. Okay, just remember, any confusion here? Akira Mohit is one user, so his profile name is nothing but sales representative profile. Then what is his responsibility? Akira Mohit, suppose he wants to create some fields, who will contact? He will contact system administrator only. Suppose he wants to create changes, he wants to perform some changes to the layout, who how he will do? He will communicate with the system administrator only. So finally, Akira Mohit responsibility is, he will create only records. He will update the records. He will delete the records. Finally, he will work only with the records. He will work with the tabs. He will work with the tabs in the sense means he will work with the records. Other than that, suppose he is facing any issues, he will communicate with the system administrator only. So the users who is having system administrator, they can do anything in the system. Now I'm just going with the system administrator. Now go to the account, go to the account, go to here, go to account. 1 second. This is Akira Mohit. Now I'm going with the, go to here, edit object. Just now we created one field, right? Just now we created one field. Now go to here, fields and relationship section. What is my field? What is my field? Go to here, text, right? See, text info, right? This is my field, right? Click on this particular field. Click on this particular field. Edit means, suppose you want to change the data type or anything, you will go to here. Set field level security means, click on the set field level security. Click on the set field level security. That is nothing but FLS. We are trying to providing access to this particular field. See, once you will click on this particular set field level security, it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here you have to observe two options are there. Suppose we will check only this checkbox, then it is editable permission. Suppose we will check this both means it is only read only. That is only read only. Read only. Suppose we will check only one thing means this is nothing but editable permission. Now I am trying to providing editable permission to the sales representative profile only. So what I am trying to say is, while creating a field, we will provide permission, or once created, or old fields also, or existing fields also, go to that particular field, set field level security, and you have to provide access here. You have to provide access or you have to remove access. Suppose we will check both the checkbox, then that field is called read only, means they will not enter the data, they will just read the data. Suppose they will check this particular visible means they will edit that particular field. Now we are just making text info field editable field to the sales representative profile. We are making text info field as an editable field to the sales representative profile. Try to save this one. Try to save this one. Now go to here. Go to sales representative. Go to sales representative is nothing but Akira Mohit. Click on this new button. Click on this new button. Select any one record type. Go to here. Text info. Where is that field? Text info field. Scroll down here. See, a text info field is there, right? This is editable, right? This is editable, right? So now the users who is having sales representative profile have edit access on that particular field. have edit access on that particular field. Now again login into the I'm just going into the system administrator. I'm working with the lead object. Go to here, go to here, edit object. I'm trying to creating a field. I'm trying to creating a field. Go to fields and relationship sections. Click on this new button. My field name. While creating a field, we will select the data type, right? Text. Click on next and lead info. This is my field. This screen we are familiar, right? Then click on next. While creating a field, this field who will access is Ramesh will access or Akira will access. They are asking like that, or they're asking about the profile. They are displaying the profiles here. How they are asking, how the system is asking. System is displaying the profiles only here. They will not work with the users. So you are trying to creating a field, you have to provide permission to the profile. Under that profile, who are the users are there, those users will access. Suppose you will not provide any permission, then under that profile, who are the users are there, those users will not access that particular field. So we are trying to creating a field. While creating a field, we just provide read permissions here. Sales representative profile is there, right? For that particular profile, I am providing read permission. Both checkboxes are true, that is nothing but read permission. One checkbox is true, this is visible. Checkbox is true, that is nothing but edit permission. Try to click on the next button. Finally, try to save this one. Finally, try to save this one. We created one field. Now go to the lead tab. Go to here, leads. Click on the leads. Click on the leads. Click on this new button. Click on this new button. Click on this next. Click on this next. Now go to here, lead info here, lead info rate. This is available here. Ramesh is nothing but system administrator. For system administrator, we provide edit access. Okay, we provide edit access. Now go to another browser. Go to another browser. Go to leads. Another browser is nothing but we logged in as Akira Mohit. Go to here, click on this new button, select any one of the record type, click on the next. Then lead info is there, right? See, scroll down here, lead info. See, lead info, we provided the permission, but this is read only, right? They did not edit anything. This is read only. Suppose you want to perform modification, then go to that particular field, click on that particular field, go to set field level security, and you have to remove the read permission. You have to provide only visible permission. So now coming into here, so this is a profile, right? Sales representative is one profile, right? Under this profile, how many users are there? Akira Mohit is one user, right? This is also one profile, right? System administrator. Under this profile, how many users are there? Ramesh is one user, right? Like that, we will just go and create n number of users. We will just go and create n number of users. These users, what they will do in the system, what they will not do in the system, how we are deciding? Who will decide? Profile will only decide, right? Suppose I am trying to creating a field. While creating a field, suppose I will remove the permission from the profile. Then what does that mean? The users who is having that particular profile will not access that particular field. Suppose I am trying to creating a field. Suppose I will provide permission to the sales representative profile. Then what happened? The users who is having that particular profile have access on that particular field. So finally, profile is nothing but it is a collection of users, right? Collection of users. We can create n number of users, right, under the profile. We can create n number of users under the profile, right? These users, what they will do in the system or what they will not do in the system is controlled by the profile, right? Is the controlled by the profile, right? That is the definition here. See, profile is nothing but it is a collection of settings and permissions. Profile will decide what a user can do in the system. So what is the definition of the profile is nothing but it is a collection of users. How many users we will create means based on our license. So profile is nothing but collection of users. These users, what they will do in the system, what they will not do in the system, that is decided by the profile. How profile will decide means I am trying to creating a field. While creating a field, I will provide access to the profile. So under that profile, who are the users are there? those users will get access on that particular field. That's why the definition of the profile is nothing but it is a collection of settings and permissions. It is a collection. Profile is nothing but settings, right? We provide settings, right? Permissions. So profile is nothing but it is a collection of settings and permissions, and this profile will decide what these users will do in the system. Otherwise, profile is nothing but it is a collection of users. Those users, what they will do in the system, what they will not do in the system is decided by the profile only. Okay, so in this today's session, we created one profile, right? And after that, we created one user, right? While creating a user, we linked this user to this particular profile, right? So we linked this user to this particular profile, right? So profile is mandatory right here. Profile is mandatory. Then after that, what we did, suppose this user is having any issues. So who will resolve? The users who is having system administrator profile, those users will resolve, right? Then this user should provide grant account login access to the system administrator. Then after that, what we did, in one browser we logged in as a Ramesh, in another browser we logged in as Akira Mohit, and Ramesh is a system administrator. He is trying to creating a field. While creating a field, he provided invisible access to the sales representative profile. So this user is not able to see that particular field. After that, Ramesh provide edit access to that particular field, then this user is able to see this particular field. So finally, the definition of the profile is it is a collection of users. Those users, what they will do in the system, what they will not do in the system is decided by the profile. In the next session also, I will show in my application where the business start, how many profiles are there, how many users are there, and some other information I will show in my application in the next session. This is for today's session.